Acknowledge the presence of the mayors who are here with us this morning. Our Mayor of Albor, Mayor Don. Our Mayor of Antequera, Mayor Lil. Mayor of Baclayon, Mayor Benny. Mayor Pereza of Balilihan is online. Mayor Nelson of Calape, the first to sign in this conference. Mayor of Katigdian, Mayor Bet. Mayor D. Tokmo of Morelia. Mayor Ivan of Cortez is with us. Mayor Miriam Sumailo of Dawis. Mayor LG Relampagos of Loon. Mayor Nila Montero of Panglao. Mayor Jik of Sikatuna. Mayor Baba of Tagbilaran.
Present.
Mayor William of Tubigon. Mayor Romy Manuta is being assisted by his technical staff so that he can sign in as well. Our national agencies who are here with us already signed in. Our National Food Authority, Manager Peng Vasco,
Morning, Congressman.
DSWD, Provincial Officer Rhea, our PNP Provincial Director, Colonel Cabal, our DepEd Director, Superintendent Dagatan, CTI Provincial Director Balisto. We would also acknowledge our head of the PEMO, which is the ground commander of the COVID campaign under the Office of Governor Artiap A. Damalerio. We also have Dr. Yul Lopez, the spokesperson of the task force of the provincial government. And we expect also Larry Pamugas of the Agriculture and Mita Texon of the OPSWD. Governor Artiap was with us earlier for about 30 minutes. Wala takasugod dayon. Nasya ilaing gatiman, but he will be back as soon as the meeting is already in progress. We have also invited to join our meeting this morning the Regional Director of the Department of Health, Director Bernadas.
Good morning, Congressman Chatto. Good morning, Bohol Mayors.
Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
And we also have our staff assisting us in the conference. The head of the office of the district office of the congressman is Attorney Abel de Malerio. Our administrator of this conference is JD Abinasa. Our secretariat is composed of taking record and minutes, Leia Sumampong and Donna Briones. Our in-charge officers for programs, Ken Riqueron, Mer Eboho, and again, Leia for social welfare services. We have also our staff in Manila joining us in case we have concerns that will involve national offices in Manila. Our Chief of Staff, Attorney Jess Shock, and Grace Noog, our secretariat. So this morning, we have a complete set of officials of the 1st District, national agencies, and key provincial offices under Governor Artiap. Before anything else, let me thank Director Bernadas for being present. Siya mo unahon nato. And then later on, we will ask Governor Art also to say his piece once available na ang iyang time. Director Bernadas will give us updates on the anti-COVID-19 campaign in the region. Where are we now? Especially about Bohol's positioning in this particular campaign under the leadership of Governor Art and our mayors who are working so hard. So ang office of the congressman will be the facilitator because we are also helping connect with the national agencies. So may I then ask everyone to listen to Director Bernadas, who will speak to all of us. Director Jimber.
Good morning, Congressman Chatto, and good morning, Governor Artiap. I am here with me, the coordinator or the program manager for emerging and re-emerging infection, Dr. Van Philip Baton. Earlier, I was with our regional epidemiologist, Dr. John G. Suazola, but unfortunately he has to leave to attend to a teleconference also with all other regional epidemiologists nationwide. So he has to go. But nevertheless, I get that we have already discussed some data with him. And regularly, our office is furnishing our website, our Facebook page, and our partners of the daily report on our fight of this coronavirus region-wide. Now, fortunately, for the past 24 hours, all our tests were negative for the entire region. This is the first time, the first day that we do not have any confirmed COVID for the entire region. And fortunately also, Bohol has never has had any new confirmed case since the first one that recovered and left home for China already. That was the first case and the only case for Bohol. Now, the total number of cases that has been confirmed for the region is already at 30 COVID patients. We already recorded 6 mortalities. These are all senior citizens with comorbid conditions. 2 are from Negros Oriental and the rest are for Cebu City. Now, the majority of our COVID cases are in Cebu City, wherein 18 are recorded. 2 are from Lapu-Lapu. 1 for Mandaue. 2 for Cebu Province. Then 4 for Negros Oriental. I have to correct that early statement for Cebu because the 2 new cases the other day was not added. So it is now 20 for Cebu City, the total of which is already 30. So governor and mayors, the province of Bohol is faithfully praying, at least for now, to really be successful in fighting this coronavirus. And as much as you are the most organized for now, especially for our ILI SARI surveillance. You know, my dear mayors, this is our tool at present to fight the coronavirus spread in our communities. ILI, meaning influenza-like illnesses, are being reported in our municipalities directly to our server here in the region. And this will guide us on the occurrences of these illnesses in the different municipalities. And severe acute respiratory illnesses are also being monitored and directly admitted to our hospitals for moderate infections and directly referred to Gallares, Governor Celestino Gallares Memorial Hospital for acute and severe respiratory infections, being our end referral hospital for the province. Now, my dear mayors, our ILI surveillance is very important tool to detect the presence or spread of COVID in our communities. We have to track them down, prioritize the persons with comorbid states, meaning those manifesting symptoms of influenza-like illnesses with comorbid states such as systemic diseases, hypertension, pulmonary diseases, systemic diseases such as diabetes, renal diseases, uh, those senior citizens, and these are the ones requested for testing immediately. We have sent our swab and culture medium yesterday to the different provinces and municipalities, hoping for our surveillance officers and our trained personnel to do that by a strategy that you yourself will design, whether it be interlocal, whether it be province-wide. Basta all these swabs will be taken from our symptomatic cases with comorbid states. So this will be collected regularly, and we have arranged with the Philippine Coast Guard to ferry those specimens every other day from Tagbilaran to Cebu, so that having the results later on will give us a better picture on how is the real state of COVID infection all over the province and hence region-wide. That and only that time we will have and we can scientifically conclude that whether or not we have actual community transmission of this problem. Without that evidence, we cannot conclude scientifically that we have community transmission of this problem. But nevertheless, we have found some cases in different parts of the region, especially Cebu, that do not have travel histories to places with a community transmission of the disease. We are currently investigating this one single patient that we cannot find a trace for travel history or actual contact with positive person. Nevertheless, we are plying on that hypothesis that we may be having already community transmission, but we need the evidence. Please, my dear mayors, do it in your communities, and that is the only way we could scientifically conclude that we have such or we do not have such transmission. So that's for now. For the updates, my dear mayors, please do your part. And corollary to that, we are requesting also your offices to prepare to decongest our hospitals, activate primary consultations, and and care for our patients that are displaying minimal or mild symptoms and other diseases outside of COVID in your respective rural health units. Please, as much as possible, follow the referral systems that we have in place so as not to congest our hospitals, so that to reserve our hospitals for severe acute respiratory illnesses that we have really to be hospitalized. Milder cases are therefore to be managed in our communities, but all that will have to be found positive shall be contained. Contained or put in a facility. The facility may be set up by our municipalities with the help of our medical personnel or the ones identified by the province to be also arranged with our provincial health office and our DOH personnel. That is the only way, my dear mayors. Our objective is to contain, and contain as much as we can. I repeat, please, as much as we can, meaning until we have the capacity to contain it, we have to contain our COVID positive patients, especially those who are up and about, who are capable of moving around. These are the critical persons who can actively transmit the virus. So, my dear mayors, those who are displaying severe symptoms are least likely to transmit these diseases because they are in the hospitals, isolated, and taken care of. The most critical are those with mild symptoms, are those that are moving around. So we shall have to enforce strict quarantine as declared by your respective municipalities and provinces. The enhanced community quarantine has really put a stop to the movement of our people. It has to stop because that is the only way that we will be transmitting the infection. Our selective passes for people who goes to the market, who goes to buy for food, shall be clearly defined so that only those that are moving around with necessities, necessities for food, necessities for medicines, especially those with maintenance and those with chronic and critical care for our patients in our municipalities. So I hope we can prevent this, and together we will pray to defeat this enemy. And we are all in this together. Thank you very much, dear Governor. Thank you very much, Congressman Chatto, for giving us the opportunity to talk and face each other, even only in a teleconference. Thanks to technology. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Director Bernadas, Jaime Bernadas, and availing of his presence, kahibaw tanga busy ni si Director Sad, we will open our interaction for responses from Director Bernadas himself. Doon na lang ko'y i-klaro ni Director Bernadas, ano sa kato Director magsugod ang atong community baseline testing exercise. I think we will be doing it in Bohol already by LGU. How will we proceed on that? Mag-cluster-cluster ang LGUs, magdungan sila. This is the basic requirement of securing the samples nga dadon sa Cebu testing laboratory. Ano sana magsugod, Director?
Congressman Chatto, we have already sent the transport media and the swabs that are to be used to get the samples through a throat swab or a mouth swab to our respective partners sa local government and our DOH representatives in Bohol. Now, the mode of collection will now be the strategy that would be devised depends on your team in the province. You can devise it the way most comfortable for your uh, people in the field. And the only thing is we need to harmonize because our transport for this specimen to and from Bohol is arranged via the Philippine Coast Guard every other day. So they will have to communicate with us the time for pickup. As much as this we are only beginning yesterday, if you have already received the swabs, they were supposed to start yesterday, and we are awaiting for a go that you will already have the specimen to be run here in Vicente Soto. By the way, governor and mayors, the testing will for now be centralized Vicente Soto's subnational laboratory, in as much as we are still trying to develop the Governor Gallares Hospital for its laboratory, molecular laboratory, in as much as we are trying to improve it to be able to set up your own testing laboratory for Bohol.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bernadas. We now give a chance to questions to be raised. Any question for Director Bernadas from our mayors and even from the agencies who are represented here? Kindly push the button, raise the button.
Wala? Mayor Lampagos.
Wala na?
Mayor
Abay, Mayor, nga nag-raise.
Yul.
Oh, paki-check lang ha, o kay balo mo kung saan pag-thumbs up. Or og dili mo ka hibaw mo thumbs up, sulti na lang si Mayor LV Relampagos ni Saluon. By voice na lang, aron dili ta, and then we will recognize. Kaya nagtuon pa man ta sa technology nga atong gigamit. Naabay mga pangutana from the mayors for Director Bernadas. Okay, so if there's Dr. Yu Lopez, you would like to say something?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Just for information lang, Congressman, we already received the test kits or test swabs from the region. And in fact, yesterday, I already met the RESU and PESU here in Bohol with Doc Portia Reyes. And we are devising an action plan as to the start of the swabbing. No, there has to be a very rational strategy. We start with the municipalities with the most number of Sari, Mari cases, and then proceed from there, Congressman.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so with that, salamat kayo, Director Bernadas, for your presence in our meeting. Kanunay lang tang mag-follow up po, updating from your office. In relation to the DOH Director's pronouncements, kanang enhanced community quarantine program nagsugod gahapon. We would also want to get updates on this. Naapoy gi-create ang probinsya nga bag-ong PEMA, which is an overarching entity that will supervise the campaign on COVID under Governor Agyap. We will be asking Governor Agyap to input later. Gipag-ingon pa siya schedule karon. Naman appeal online si A, who is the new head of the PEMA. We will ask him also to brief us on sa relationship ani with the other entities that were earlier created, and also relationship with the different towns. No? So in the meantime, salamat kay Director Bernadas, and we will proceed with our agencies. Akong ibalik si Peng Ibasco sa iyang update sa NFA.
Thank you, Congressman. Let me just give an update of NFA's rice issuances to our local government units. As of yesterday, we were able to release 6,570 bags of rice, local rice, to about 25 municipalities. Mauna ni sila naka-avail. And 127 barangays yet out of the 1,109 barangays in the province. We are calibrating our rice distribution considering our current inventory, which is very low, since we are dependent from supply from Mindoro. We are limiting the supply, the releases to municipalities at 200 bags and barangays at 10 bags each. So that's how it is here at NFA. Only about half past, Congressman.
Mayor Chatto has a question for you.
Yes, Mayor Corinne.
Ms. Peng, what if the barangay has already asked for the 10 bags?
10 bags. Ang atong
Request of LGU if ever?
Yes, Peng. Wait for the question, Peng.
Okay.
Kung pananglitan, naka-release, naka-10 bags for a particular barangay in the municipality, would that be deducted from the 200 bags allocated to LGU?
No, Mayor. The barangay has a separate allocation as well as the LGU. The LGU is 200 bags and then 10 bags for each barangay.
So in that case, in our case in Balilihan, the LGU has 200 bags, and because we have 31 barangays times 10,
yes.
we have 310, so that's a total of 510 bags.
Okay, that's
thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Okay, do we have other mayor who would like to ask a question? Please raise your hand lang kay kung dili mo kagamit sa inyong thumbs up. Or mention your name dayon nga you want to ask. You will be acknowledged. Habay laing mayor, mga tanas sa NFA. Wala na? Okay, so we proceed to the next agency. Na ba ang online ba ang atong
Kong sa NFA.
yes, please.
Kong.
Mayor Don.
How about kung mahurot na ang 10 kilos, 10 bags nga na release sa barangay, then pwede pang kuha?
Mayor, as of now, amo sang iserve una ang the rest of the barangays and the municipalities nga wala pa kakuha. After that, we will go to another round. So we have
Yes,
to...
ma'am, sa amo ang kaso, ma'am. Sa among municipality, ma'am, is ang among 200 bags. Dili gyud paigo sa every household among gipagtagaan. So among household is almost 2,500. Ani ang among ang 200 bags is equivalent ra sa mga 2,100 kung 5 kilos namo.
Yes, Mayor. We understand your situation. Kasabot mi sa sitwasyon sa tanang LGUs and the rest of the barangays, di magyo na mapaigo ng 200 and na po sa mga barangays. But we have to calibrate our rice releases aron maapod-apod ni nato sa tanang mga LGUs and municipal LGUs and barangays. Kay ang atong stock is also limited. Our source, which is Mindoro from Region 4, is not only serving Region 7, but it is also serving other regions, NCR, and Region 8. So we are lucky enough because of our insistence good nga sige tag request og shipment. Do na tay niabot nga 30,000 bags karong adlaw, but apil pa ani ang mga munisipyo o mga barangay nga wala pa makakuha. So ato sa aning humanon ning first round, ana na ta sunod
round.
mo pahibaw nga makapalit na po sila another allocation. I hope our mayors mo sabot pod sa atong sitwasyon.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, Mayor.
Okay, salamat, Peng.
Thank you.
We will proceed na ba ang atong DSWD si Rhea online?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then later on, pwede na mabalik. May nag-raise of hand si Mayor Nelson.
Okay, Cong, ano po yung concern sa NFA? For example, ma'am, kanang sa LGU Kalapi, ang mga barangays nakakuha na mga private establishment sa ilang bugas ipanghatag sa mga kanang sa mga barangays, and then ang LGU nakakuha na mag 100. So if katong nga first round gingunin mo, kung wala po ma-avail sa mga barangays ang tag 10 sacks, pwede ba waon to sa LGU idugang sa among 200 nga location?
Kamo na lay bahala na mag-disarte mayor no, basta kuan karon gisunod karon is for this particular shipment nato atong gi-allocatean og 200 bags ang municipality o nya 10 bags ang kada barangay. So if your barangays uban nga wala ni kuha ni palit sa commercial, depende na ninyo, but please indicate in your letter request the particular name of the barangay kay aron ugaling oroy og mo decide sila nga mo palit nakuha na sa munisipyo, so doon na pud may proof nga na-avail na to siya.
Okay.
So it's up to the municipality.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, Mayor.
Okay, napailaing question for NFA. Mayor LV,
Yes, Cong. Good morning, everybody, and to our NFA head sa Bohol. Mangutana lang ko, Cong, kung is there a way nga ang basihan sa paghatag of the number of bags per municipality should also consider the number of barangays or the population sa usa ka lugar. Kaya apparently, in our particular case here in Loon, we have 67 barangays. So, i-compute na lang na nato ang tungon ni Ma'am Ibasco nga 10 sacks per barangay. So, dapat ang Loon na namin mga 670 sacks. And we are only given, following the formula, 200 lang per municipality. So, dapat siguro, I would request na umahimo, equitable ang distribution sa number of bags to be distributed among the 47 municipalities and 1 city sa Bohol.
Okay, Mayor LV, much as we would like to allocate unta based anang inana nimo nga suggestion, but our stock inventory, our current inventory, dili gyud down mapaigo. So mao na nga amo na lang gyud nang gi-regulate at 200 sa kada munisipyo and 10 bags sa kada barangay. Kay og ato nang inanaon, we understand Loon has the biggest number of barangays. Di man gyud mapaigo. We know that di gyud mo wa gyud mapaigo rong panahona. So I hope mo sabot lang pod ang atong mga mayors na ginani lang po din namo aron mabahin-bahin tanan maka-avail.
Okay, salamat Mayor LV. Mayor Nila Montero is recognized, nag-raise siya. Mayor Nila.
Yes, Congressman, thank you.
Thank you.
Ang ako labang punto ani Congressman, kung ang LGU ra di ay tagaan tanan, and then ang LGU will distribute to the barangays, no? Nadungog ba ko?
Yes, I hear you clearly, Mayor. Peng, ang pangutanan ni Mayor Montero, og ang LGU na lang kuno maoy allocatean, and then ang LGU na maoy mahatag sa mga barangay. Is that possible nga maka-allocate ka o in relation to Mayor LV pod number of barangays total nimo for the number of towns? I think that's the question of Mayor Montero.
Yes. Mao lagi akong gisulti ganina ko, Mayor Nila, nga much as gusto unta namong inanaon namo nga paagi, but we are constrained from doing such tungod sa atong limited supply sa bugas. NFA can no longer import since last year. Wala nay gahom ang National Food Authority nga mo importar og bugas tungod aning rice tarification law, RA 11203. Ang gisaligan ra yung supply sa NFA is domestic palay na to. And in the case of Region 7, ang supply na to is Region 4 from Mindoro. So, atong pahigayon lang yun, atong gipahilo na ang tanang mga LGUs maka-avail as well as the barangays. Kaya ang mga barangays mampod, gusto mampod nga mo palit, mo distribute po sa ilang constituents. That is also the instruction from our central office to serve the barangays. By the way, ang NFA karon wala na maligya sa mga retailers. Wala na. Giundang na namo. And then we are only serving DSWD and the local government units.
Okay, thank you. So can we now leave NFA and proceed to DSWD?
Thank you.
Yan ba si Rhea?
Raise your hand.
Yes, you're recognized, Rhea. Madungog ka na mo.
Yes, yes.
Rhea, I think most of the questions of the mayors sa DSWD nasa atong social amelioration, sa aid in crisis situations, mga stranded nga mga sakop sa ilang mga lungsod, unsay ma-avail under the DSWD office.
Okay, Cong. Regarding sa social amelioration measures sa DSWD, we will send a letter coming from the regional office through our mayor for the instruction as well as with our provincial government and district legislator on that matter. Then all the forms will be provided to them, including the instruction through videos. Then if ever na sila yung mga clarification, the SWAT and our TARA team nga gi-create sa field office will answer their queries on social amelioration nga program. Regarding sa stranded in Bohol, Boholanos in Cebu, our AX Focal, Ms. Leah Sumampong, already provided us the list, and that list was already given to the crisis intervention section in Cebu for them to coordinate directly to those stranded para matagaan sila o immediate nga need nila kung food, that would be family food packs. If cash, then assessment of social worker will prevail. Next.
Rhea, apa?
Say third question ganito, sorry.
Yeah, okay. On guidelines of social amelioration, coming pa na, wala pa makalihok ang DSWD yun sa process, or you have started with the process already?
Ang sa amo karon gisugdan is gi-orient ang tanang staff through video conferencing. In fact, nagdungan sa atua. Then ang update ana coordinate na mo through LGU, legislator and provincial government ang letters to inform them sa process of sa kinanglan nga i-gather nga data sa field through the LGU.
Okay, so may we ask the mayors of nabay questions ninyo sa DSWD about the social amelioration? Ang atong presidente has been given powers by Congress katong last na to nga session. Pwede na mo ni gitagaan na to og kopya through emails ang tanan nga mga mayors na to in relation to the law that was passed. Unsay gihatag nga gahom sa presidente ug unsay mga pundo nga gi-allocate sa Kongreso ngadto sa presidente. Unya kining maong mga pundo mao ni moy gibahin-bahin usab ngadto sa mga departments for implementation, including social amelioration. Kapag tabang sa economic standing sa mga tao, labi na panahon sa gihimo karon nga community quarantine, morag calibrated lockdowns. So naay mga naigo nga mga empleyado, ang ubang pundo ani naa sa DSWD, ang ubang pundo naa sa DOL, naa sa TESDA, lain nga ahensya, no? So ug naay mga mayors nga mangutana ni Asiria, she's also attending a meeting by online communication sa regional office. So ug naay pangutana sa mga mayors, palihog ko pangutana karon.
Cong, pwede na ko ma-share ang process on data gathering?
Yes, please.
So, mo start ta letter coming from the regional office isend katong giingon ako sa LGU. Then ang mahitabuan na from the LGU, isend out nila ang social amelioration card katong ginatawag nga SAC. So, mo na siya ang form nga fill-upan for profiling per barangay and per munis. Then ang maka-help sa barangay level is pwede i-maximize ni barangay ang iyahang barangay health worker and purok leaders to assist the families in profiling.
We have to make it clear. Ang social amelioration, dunay qualification sa kinsa tagaan. Correct?
Yes, kung na guidelines na to ang target nga mga beneficiaries.
Mga displaced persons na, basically.
Ako ihatag kong ang target nga benis na to. So for social amelioration program, the target beneficiaries are the families that belong to either poor or informal sector, which are at risk of not earning a living during the enhanced community quarantine, who may have at least one member belonging to any of the following vulnerable or disadvantaged sectors. These are senior citizens, persons with disability or PWD, pregnant and lactating women, solo parents, overseas Filipinos in distress, indigenous peoples, underprivileged sector, and homeless citizens, and the informal economy. So those are the target beneficiaries sa social amelioration program.
Yeah, importante kaya na ma-emphasize kay maproblema ra ba ang mga mayor ana labi na pag categorize, maglihok sila with the social welfare officer. Labi na kay naay kultura pod sa atong mga tao sa lungsod, bisag dili sila apil sa category, gusto gyud ma-apil. Pareho bitaw ang mayong card, poorest among the poor. Dili man tama ang ingon nga poor, pero kung nanay ihatag, mapur man pud tanan. Mao na importante emphasize sa atong mga mayors kay dili sayon ang pagkuha sa inventory anang mo-qualify sa social amelioration. Gusto ba Ria?
Yes, Kong. Maka-help, pwede i-maximize nila ang social worker sa LGU to help as well as ang pantawid ng family on the validation na sa staff.
Rhea, nahinumdum kang ang National DSWD gipangayoan nato sa first district o katong allocation para sa atong food packs. Kunya gi-approve to sa National DSWD, communicated to the regional office, and communicated also to your office. Adto mato sa vulnerable sectors gihapon, mo follow to siya gihapon sa criteria nga imong gisulti karon. Gusto ba?
Yes, kung katong 10 million nga na-approve sa as per request nimo will be
for request
amelioration nga program.
Magsunod gihapon sa guideline adto. Okay. Do we have questions gikan sa atong mga mayors para sa DSWD? Yes, Mayor Poresa. Ang volume sa tinyok. Basi na ay wa ma-press
Now?
sa volume.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
Mayor.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, clear. Loud and clear.
Kami manggod sa LGU ngayo po may listahan from the barangays on possible beneficiaries for the mga displaced workers specifically for our food packs or food reliefs. Karon naglibog me kay the barangays daghan silang ipang appeal bitaw nga mga ipa-appeal po nga beneficiary like seaman nga naundang sa nauli pagsakay wa nakabalik unya nasay uban nga balay nga more than one displaced worker unya if I was just thinking naon tay guidelines that the LGUs must follow to avoid gubot in the distribution unya mag-indigay na bitaw nga sa lungsod nga ingon ani lang pa maagi sa balik sa ubang lungsod ingon ani, so I hope we could be given a guideline nga mao mong sundon to avoid chaos, kagubot, confusion among LGUs.
Thank you, Mayor Porisa. Yes, we have the guidelines that really defines kung unsa na siya ang overseas Filipinos in distress. Na-adjust siya specific nga masabtan nato sa pag-identify nga maka-help sa inyo ha.
What about those kanang nawad-an og trabaho? Is it per individual or per household? Because if you say one household could have 2 or 3 displaced workers, are we going to give each of the displaced worker or just honor one, consider them as in one household?
One per household, Mayor.
So not per displaced worker?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor Montero again, please. Mayor Nila is recognized.
Thank you, Congressman. Again, good morning. Mangutana lang ko sa giingon ni Mayor Porisa kanang distribution nato no nowadays nagubot gyud ang mga tao when we talk on distribution kay napay barangay unya pang-apod-apod gyud ni tanan if possible sa tanang household. Now, I would agree to the idea of Mayor Porisa nga do not calculated response and we should be frugal. Tungod kay karong panahon na mangayo na manggutanan, Congressman. And then the guidelines sa atong DSWD should be emailed aron mahibaw ta kay karong panahon na when we stay kanang quarantine, kinsa may mohimo anang ato ang pag-validate ananaa. So, pasagda na to atong mga kabarangayan, the barangay captains tends to distribute tanan gyud whether maka-afford the same murag equal ba nila. This is a kind of an action that creates kanang chaos ba? Chaos. Sakto si Mayor Poresa when she said ato ganing i-calculate og taman kay as of this time wa pa man gyud ma-exhaust no sa ako lang bana-bana ang mga savings nga makapalit pag bugas because we do not know how long ang atong fight against this COVID no kay daghan mga kahig-o di mo sunod sa ato ang mga gihimong lakang aron na ma-contain ang mga tao sulod sa balay. So I agree nga do na tayo uniform no uniform nga guidelines labi na sa distribution. Tuda barangays, ka mga barangay captain, ug ako'y paistoryahon, mura nagnamolitika, no? Nagitagaan tanang balay. Now, when the LGU's turn, nga muhatag ani, nga atong gipili ragyon, ang gipalit, no? I was giving sample nga og usa ka habal-habal driver wa nakapang pangitag panginabuhi, ang asawa nagtrabaho, angay ba ng tagaan? So we should qualify, no? O, kanang gatrabaho pa ng anak, unya naay duha ka anak gatrabaho ipon sa ginikanan, ang ginikanan wa na trabaho, are they qualified? Or both husband and wife, mga anak way trabaho, are they qualified? So nanaon unta ba? Pag-calculate nato by barangay, kaya mga barangay kapitan na anod sa ilang gibati, when people tends to say, di gani mo manghatag ron, di gani mo mag house to house, di na may butar. This is not the time nga mamulitika, but this is the time for us to calculate our response to the public according to their need and the situations they have by family. Congressman.
Yes, salamat, Mayor Nila. Well said. Napabay comment si Rhea. Guidelines mo importante ane, and then si Rhea is also waiting for guidelines coming from the region. In fact, sige sila formulate as we speak now. Naapoy conference si Rhea nga gitambungan with the region for the guidelines. So mas hinaot nga mas uniform ang i-apply nga guidelines sa mga lungsod aron dili mag-compare ang mga lungsod unya mayor may pasanginlan ug naywa magpareho og unsa ni application sa rules, no? So thank you. Ug wala na tay questions, nabatay questions pa from the mayors para sa DSWD. Guidelines will be furnished tanan, no? And then ako po remind ng mayors na gipadana to nga email sa kadtong balaod nga gipasa sa Kongreso that will guide your executive orders. Ayaw mo pagama og executive orders nga molabaw pa sa balaod sa Kongreso because that is in conflict to the national law. Your executive orders should be consistent with or og naay dili klaro sa national law, you can provide your own EOs to clarify in the implementation, but not create your own EO in conflict with the national law. More than a guide rule in making executive orders and memorandum circulars yes atong mga lungsod. Rhea, nakaidugang before we close on the DSWD?
Yes, kung no. So, klaro naman to ganiha. Ikuha na nako nga klaro sa ato ang MC ang guidelines kung paano sa i-choose. Diri na jud manginanglan ta sa help sa LGU nga i-secure jud niya nga data should be in line with the guidelines and data are completed. I-submit sa AMUA, there should be no duplication and well disseminate ang information sa barangay level.
Hello, Cong, Rhea. Kanang, correct me if I'm wrong, ma'am, kay ang nadungog ganiha, bahin bitaw sa mga displaced worker. Niya, what if, ma'am, ang usa ka balay, usa ka pamuyo, tulo sila na displaced. Niya, mga, ang uban, ulitaw pa, ingan asakop niya. Usa rin yung hatagan, ma'am.
Household may beneficiary. Pero mo matter na ang cash nga ilang madawat based on the guidelines sa AX. So let's say usara ang sa target na affected, then they will receive 3,000. Pero kung duha mo to siyang 5,000 provided they are vulnerable members of the family. So klarohon pud na siya sa guidelines kay partly cash man pud to siya, not all cash pero family food packs, then mo matter ang number sa target beneficiaries nga na-situate sa usa ka family or household.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Rhea.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Salamat, Don. Mayor Don. Napailaing Mayor ng mga tanas sa DSWD. Wala na. Let's proceed. Social amelioration man atong isunod na lang diretso ang Department of Labor. Ma'am Cora.
Okay. Sa Bohol, sa Doli Bohol, we are processing now the 2 programs to cushion or mitigate the impacts of the COVID-19 to the livelihood, businesses and workers. So nag-process ta karon sa atong camp kaning COVID-19 adjustment measures program nga katong mga establishments nga na affected sa COVID, nag-loss of income sila, and nag-adapt sila og flexible work arrangements sa ilang workers like reduction of work hours or work days, or nag-forced leave sila or nag-temporarily off, ang establishment dapat mo report sa DOLE para sa one-time financial assistance na mahatag sa atong worker, 5,000. So, as of today, no, daghan na kay tag na-receive nga mga establishments diri sa Bohol nga affected gyud ana ang sa atong COVID. So as of March 31, so far lang sa atong na-open sa atong email, there are 296 establishments na nga nag-report sa DOLE nga affected sila sa COVID with 6,213 affected workers. So manay atong na-receive karon, ato na siyang fast track ang processing kay ato pa man na siyang i-upload and i-forward sa regional office kay nga atong payment is ato man gyud sa atong region. So today kuan kasige pagyud ta og encode sa mga listahan sa mga workers. So aside sa camp, natay gingon og kanang tupad biki-biki. Tupad barangay ko o bahay ko program na kuan na siya, employment, short-term employment sa affected workers sa informal sector. Like kaning atong mga vendors, mga tricycle drivers, affected sila tungod sa COVID. So ato na silang i-employ for 10 days. Ang ila sang buhato na is disinfection lang sa sud sa ilang balay o sa ilang palibot. So diri sa Bohol natay funding ana through sa ato sang mga congressmen sa tulo ka district. Dihatay initial nga funding nga atong giuna-una para sa atong tupad biki-biki. And nag-hope ta na ma-implement nato this week. Nanatay lista no sa first district, nanatay na lista nga mga workers nga 111 nga dapat na unta i-implement this week. So naghuwat ta sa atong mga materials or disinfectants. Ako natawag ganiya sa atong regional office, nanatay supplier, ang ato lang problema sad ang pag-send sa atong mga supplies from Cebu to Bohol. Pero ang advice, pwede na sad gyud ta ko nga makasugod this week even without disinfectants. Ato lang unahon kay ning assure man ang atong regional office nga ma-send nila within the week ang disinfectant. So in ilang advice nga pwede ra tag musugod na tingali ugma, then wag ka paabot sa atong mga disinfectants, pwede na sila maghinlo sa balay, kaya di man kita mag-disinfect po dito. Manghilo ta balay, manguhag sa mga abog din ha, or mga lawa-lawa diya sa balay, then hopefully ma-send or maabot na to ang disinfectant within the week. So far, magbausa na karon ang atong
salamat Cora no for the updates of DOL. Kining kadtong giistorya ni Cora, ag initial pa na nato ang gipangita karon no Ma'am Cor. Napatay kami
katong napay kami nga
we would hope nga tanang lungsod maapilan nato sa first district anang tupad.
Unta hinaut unta
Moagi sa PCS sa peso officer
peso manager
no? Unya ang kanang sa tupad ang sole nila nga trabaho ana kay sulduan man sila sa gobyerno kadtong related sa pag-sanitize o disinfect.
Sanitize lang yun sila, disinfect sila pala.
Masweldo para sa mga tao nga makuha sa munisipyo through sa peso under direction sa mayor nga makatrabaho o pila ka to nakaadlaw napulo
10 days ra 10 days pero 4 hours ra sad siya per day.
Correct. So ang iyang sweldo ana will be 404 pesos per day. Is that correct?
Yes, based sa regional wage
wage, regional wage. Okay. So mao na ang social amelioration as far as tupad is concerned. Wa pa man ta mag-GIP ro no?
Wala pa kung kay gisuspend pa nato tungod aning COVID. Pwede sa manta. So magwat lang taga mahuman ning ato na dito sang i-implement. Kay naman tay continuing fund pa sa
Thank you.
GICC.
Do we have questions para sa DOLE para sa atong mga mayors? Kadtong layoff sa trabaho, kinahanglan o support sa man na siya tuas sa DSWD o naa sa DOLE, sa man na siya, Cora?
Ang sa amo sa DOLE katong na-display sa formal sector katong nagyoy employer-employee relationship sa kanang mga private companies mo apply tong CAM katong 5,000 na financial assistance. The question is kani maguguban nato kung establishment dili pa mo report ko ay dito kung sa ilang rason kay ang mo apply mi gyud sa among office is ang employer. O employer gyud mo submit na mo sa establishment report form o katong list of affected workers, company payroll for last month sa February, then ATM account sa mga workers kung ATM account na ang ilang sweldo. Pero dili ra pod, pwede ra kay amo ra na siyang ibayad ang ilang 5,000 through money transfer. So mao na ang giaghaw-awhag lang sad kay luoy sad ang ubang workers nga dili ma-appeal kung dili sa.
So ang gipasabot niya na ang sa DOL nga pundo to agigahin sa mga private sector displaced workers.
I guess.
Sa gobyerno, wa man tay layoff o padayon man ang gobyerno og sweldo bisan og naay COVID. So dia ang private sector mo.
Sa private sector na siya po. Sa private sector nga.
Mayor William How is raising his hand. Mayor William.
Mutana lang ko sa DOLE, Cong, o
Okay, Mayor.
status sa GIP, ma-resume ba o hold mo na?
Gi-hold mo na, Mayor. Pero mo padayon gyapon na kay ang funding nara magyud na siya. Ato sang gi-hold tugod ani COVID.
Ano ko pangutana, suggestion lang ako Cong ba sa NFA. Ang population og 20,000 o 50,000 parehas dai 200 sacks murag dili unfair. Dapat nila kuhaon ta population nila per town. Kung 20,000 lang ta, suggestion lang ako, dapat 100 bags. Ang 50,000, 200 bags. Kay LB Relampago, 60 siya, dapat 300. Para igualis ang epekto ba?
Equitable allocation rather than equal allocation.
Kay lisod mo kayo, 10,000 population, 200 sacks. 50,000 ako, 200 sacks. Dili, fair. Fraction method ba? Fraction method.
Napa si Peng, take note Peng sa recommendation para mahisgutan sa inyong NFA policy discussions.
Yeah, pwede man kita makuha. Kami na lang makuha sa barangay Gov para makasang bayad. Yeah.
Mao na i-recommend ni Mayor nila ganiha nga instead of kada baryo na i-right nga mo claim og 10 bags, ang lungsod na lang maoy makuha. Anyway, ang lungsod po mo bahin-bahin with the different barangays unya ug naikuwang kamo po mangita sa inyong local funds ug unsaon ninyo nga kadto mga nangluod matagaan. So naa sa mayor ang elbow room. Although ang allocation, ang request equitable, dili equal.
Dili equal. Oh. Kay daghan man pud magluod sa amo. Hayahay ang Corelia kay gamay ra. Ay kami luon og tubigon daghan manghilak.
Okay. So noted Mayor. Napay lain pangutana?
Ano wa naman.
Na. So si Mayor nila nag-raise sa iyang kamot, Mayor nila.
Okay na, nadunggan ako.
Yes. Sige Mayor.
Yeah, we're talking about labor now with Dolly, no?
Yes.
I would like to clarify from Dolly. Because all these mga displaced workers na to, muagi man sa atong peso office.
Okay.
Now we found out, ma'am, nga na mga establishments na ang ilang gi-report to our peso office during their renewal of business permit. Mga 5 ra kabuok, 10 ra kabuok, pag-claim na sa ilang mga benefits from Dolly, niabot ni siya og mga 100 ay katrabahante, to mga dagko nga resource, mga 800 kapen. Unya, ni-claim pag yun ang resort nga na-displace ni sila were in fact pagpangayo nila og mga working pass, no? Working business working
Permit?
special working pass, no? Kay mag-travel man sila everyday to report job. Gi-report ni sa ilang employer nga na-displace contrary sa ila pong gipangayo to our peso office nga they are still reporting for work. Now,
So,
how would we kuan ani map ato harmonize, no? Kay ang employer ganahan kay I believe ang inyong ang aid ninyo will go direct to the establishments, no? To the reported displaced workers, to the respective establishments. Now, as per LGU's nato nga findings, nga kaning mga trabahante wa ni i-report during the renewal of business permit nga muhatag lang sila na po those were in fact they have more than 50 workers, more than 600 workers nga ilang gi-claim nga na-displaced. Now nga nahatag tag quarantine pass for workers so they can travel when they will report to work. Katrabaho pa man din sila, ma'am, contrary to the reported displaced from the respective establishments. So, saan na nato pag-harmonize? Asa man mo tuo ang DOLI? To the report sa tong peso office or to the report of the establishments na mauni atong na-discover nga sitwasyon, no, sa lungsod sa Panglao, ma'am, kay daghan matag mga workers. Thank you.
Okay. Madungog ra ba ko?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Ako sang i-correct po, Mayor, no? Ang atong 5,000 financial assistance dili na direct sa employer. It will be deposited sa individual ATM account kung ATM ang gali ang ilang paagi sa lang sweldo sa worker. Dili na ang ingong ang employer ang mukubra sa 5,000. Yes, deposit na to sa individual worker nga na-report nila. Pero kani ang ilang gi-report sa diri sa DOLI subject for validation namo. Among tawagan ang employer ug ang affected workers kung unsa ka tinuod ning ilang gi-report. Pero as to harmonize ta og atong report sa number of workers. Tingali makita na nato sa DOLI through inspection. Wala nilaing means man na namang gyud regular inspection gikandak every year. In fact, this year ang atong inspection program nakafocus sa Panglao. Pero naputol siya, na-suspend ang atong inspection tungod aning atong COVID. So tingali through inspection makita na to ang pilagi actual number of workers na employed.
We would like to recognize si Mayor Montero. Can I pa siya follow-up question? Mayor, go ahead please.
Yes, ma'am. Basing of what we discovered ba, ma'am, karon lang adto natay COVID. Nga atubang. Now we discovered in the peso office, no, nga there are a lot of applicants claiming for sa hinabang sa labor, no, because they said nga they were displaced already. And then paghatag nato sa quarantine pass, no, because a special working permit o quarantine pass to those workers, nahibaw-an nato, ma'am, nga dili din ni sila displaced nga trabahante.
Okay.
Because they're asking for the special quarantine pass for them nga maka-travel to report for job. So and then they have reported to our peso office because as I understand karong panahon na it is our peso office mo facilitate to your office no karon ra gupod nga naay COVID of the displaced workers. So how we will kanang harmonize these issues?
Ani na lang, Mayor, kung pwede mangayo mig listing sa inyo ha nga kanang ning claim sa inyo ha para ma counter check pod sa report from establishment diri sa MUA para basin mo og dili na ni sila mao'y sakto nga claimant o niya ning kuan gihapon mo nang mo request na lang mi sa inyong office na mangayo mig listing para ma-counter check sa namo. Okay ra man tingali na siya no. Kay kamo may naay complete diha pagkangan nga gi-require man nga mo report sa inyo ha tungod aning pass dato sa kanang kuan. Okay ra tingali mangayo ni through peso.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because we discovered also establishments reporting their workers to be displaced where in fact they are not because they're asking for the special quarantine pass to report for work. And as you said earlier, correct me if I'm wrong, you will send it direct to the ATM
sa worker.
Sa workers. So in fact, wala sila ma-displace, ma'am, no? So I would agree to what you said nga ato ning i-check through peso office.
Sige.
Ato ibangga ni siya,
mao gyud kay lisod na.
Yes, ma'am. Usig ang kwarta nato ba?
Kwarta,
ni ma-calculate ang atong response to the needy gyud. Tinuod gyud nga wala na gyud trabaho. And there are a lot, no?
Sige.
Yes,
magpadana lang mig letter nimo mayor through peso manager para makakuha mi dayon ana kay arong ma-counter check na mo ang mga pang-submit dire. Labi na ang kasagarang nag-submit from Panglao.
Yes,
Panglao man gyud ang naadiha ang
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much no sa to mayors and TESDA. We move to Dole. Can we move to TESDA? Si atong Isabel Bonsuceso for TESDA.
Maayong buntag ko and to all our mayors. So for TESDA, basically the implementation will be focused on our scholarship program. So for District 1, we have actually allocated 1,240,000. Now for the other interventions and assistance provided by TESDA Bohol would be for the residents adversely affected by the downtrend in tourism due to COVID-19. This also includes the intervention for the displaced workers in the Association of Bohol Hotel, Resorts, and Restaurants. So at present, the status of that is that we are waiting for the lifting of the ban for the conduct of training and assessment. So it will be in the pipeline immediately once the ban is lifted. Now, for our different provincial training centers, there are also interventions that are being provided, basically through our administrator in PTC to be gone in the production of masks for health workers and janitorial staff of Tubigon Community Hospital. Also ongoing is the tie-up with the First District and the Dole in the partnership in Tubad project for PTC Tubigon also. Now, may I also share that for PTC Hagna, there is also production of cupcake or cookies by the trainers, graduation, and staff for the emergency management team and frontliners of healthcare workers of Municipality of Hagna. So basically, those are the interventions that we are doing. And actually, this is not only being done in Bohol, but nationwide in the different regional offices and provincial offices and training centers of TESDA. That would be for TESDA, Cong.
Okay, salamat. Maria Isabel, so ang head sa TESDA. Okay, so let's proceed to our DTI. Yes, Marisol Palistoy, ang manager. So the congressmen are not the ones implementing the projects, even if we are allocating the funds, because the rule is ato sa mga national agencies mag-agi ang implementation. So let's ask Marisol Palistoy, DTI.
First of all, akong i-inform ang tanan nga naata we are now on price freeze. So when the president declared the Philippines as kanang katong state of health emergency and more so sa state of like calamity, automatic ta nga freeze sa atong prices of basic commodities. So ang atong local price coordinating council mas and gahimo si Governor Yap o executive order creating a joint task force to conduct monitoring and enforcement. So kaning atong local price coordinating council, ang atong membership ani are the essential national government agencies like the Department of Agriculture, DOH, FDA, DNR, unya naa siya mga gipang appeal ng mga agencies nga wa mo expand niya ang membership karon. So we are always on the go, like we are doing regular monitoring and enforcement activities. Kaya sa ako nang giingon earlier, naatay price freeze karon. So ang atong gipang-freeze nga mga prices is only for basic necessities. So ang ato ani for DTI, like with the price act, naman tayo gibasihan ani nga balaod. For DTI, ang atong i-monitor are the canned fish, processed milk, coffee, noodles, potable water, detergent, laundry soap, bread. And for other agencies like the Department of Agriculture, ang ila is rice, corn, cooking oil, sugar, isda, fish, itlog, beef and poultry meat, fresh milk, fresh vegetables.
Balikan na to si Marisol later. Si Dep Ed Dagatan na. Okay, can we ask Superintendent Dagatan take over sa kay may technical problem ang DTI? Sir?
Hello, Cong.
Yes,
Congressman, good afternoon. O sa atong mga honorable mayors, good afternoon. As of today, the Department of Education Division of Bohol has received 8 requests from the local government units of Congressional District 1 with regards to the use of classrooms. And as far as our Secretary of Education is concerned, we have to observe also the DILG circular and the Department of Health. So in relation to that, last Thursday, the Secretary has issued an office memorandum giving our regional director the authority to approve those requests provided requirements set shall be complied. So as of now, these 8 LGUs, our district supervisors are directed to coordinate with the honorable mayors so that the lacking documents will be complied. However, for other municipalities without request, we instructed also our district supervisors that still they have to get ready with our rooms, inspect our schools and rooms, so that anytime there is a request or there is a need to use, then it is readily available. So just in case, even if the requirements are not yet complete, if there is really a need to use the room, I am requesting our honorable mayors to just inform our principals or our district supervisors so that we can, our medical officers also can coordinate with the rural health unit. That is with regards to the use of the classrooms, Kong. Another thing with regards also to the end of the school year, supposedly our school year will end this coming Friday, April 3. But with the COVID-19, our secretary issued a guideline that temporarily the scheduled graduation will be on April 13 to 17. However, depending on the situation, it might be postponed again or the PTA may decide to forego with the graduation. So in relation to that, forms of the students after April 3, even without graduation ceremonies, those forms can be released to the learners, like the cards, the diploma. I think that is all, Honorable Congressman, for the Department of Education.
So, for the information of all mayors, ang DepEd, i-release na ang mga cards and considered as graduates ang mga bata kung ang situation dili mo warrant o continue ang atong school year. Okay. And then guidelines also are made more simple as far as the use of classrooms are concerned. Kay pagsugod ani ang isolation room o concern sa mga mayors kung mo gamit sa eskwelahan. Salamat kayo, Superintendent Tagata, no? You have been online since gahapon.
Thank you.
So let's proceed to the next department. DTI. Naba si Mirasol, nakabalik na?
So again, we are on price freeze because we are on in the state of calamity, state of public health emergency. So ang atong mandated nga mga national government agencies are now working, doing monitoring and enforcement. Like for DTI again, katong mga processed goods, manufactured goods, for DA, atong mga rice, corn, cooking oil, sugar, fish, eggs, beef and poultry meat, kanang naa sa merkado, fresh vegetables, fruits, garlic, and ang atong DOH, ang drugs na ilang gi-consider as essential and non-essential, and of course the FDA. So karon ang atong gihimo is we are reactivating the local price coordinating council because the governor has issued an executive order for us to do joint monitoring and enforcement. So kani magkuyog me og enforce, but kami sa DTI, we have been doing the enforcement even without the joint team. We are doing it on our own. Kay we schedule naman ning atong joint monitoring. Ang among gihimo is daily ang among gido. So akong giawhag ang atong mga local chief executives nakadtong atong local price coordinating council bitaw sa una nga gi-organize. Mas maayo siguro nga ma-reactivate. Mas maayo og atong i-reactivate sa atong mga kalungsuran aron matabangan ta og check sa atong mga tindahan o gihing compliant sila sa atong price freeze. So ang atong gihimo ani Cong and gimit nato ang atong major establishments diri sa city and our distributors. Kay ang mga rason manggod sa mga tindahan sa lungsod, ang ilang palit, ilang kumprada sa ilang goods is pareha sa naa sa shelves dinhi sa atong establishments. So atong tawag sila dire, atong gihangyo nga ato jung us-usan ang atong hatag sa mga tindahan sa lungsod aron makatinda sila the same sa naa sa shelves sa atong major establishments dire or atong major supermarkets. And ni kuan sila ni sanong sila sa atong hangyo, and they're even giving us mga receipts nila ba, mga PRs, purchase receipts. So karon ato jud ning gitan-aw kay aron dili bitaw usahay manggudita kunahan mga negosyante ba nga take advantage. So ato ning likayan. So another thing is that we have a memorandum circular nga gi-issue sa among secretary on anti-hoarding and anti-panic buying. Kay pag-issue manggod sa pag-declare manggod nga state of calamity state of public health emergency, the panic buying dayon ang atong mga katawhan, mahadlok, masugtan. So natay memorandum circular ang objective ani is to implement measures to prevent unreasonable increase in prices of all basic necessities as enumerated in the Price Act. So dili tanan nga goods ang gi-freeze, katurang basic katong gikinahanglan jud sa katawhan, masa ba, like for example ang sardinas, dili tanang brand sa sardinas atong gi-freeze, kadturang himalitan kadtong baratuhon or katong para pangsa. There are still other brands na wala nato gi-freeze. So ang kuan ani is aron mo ensure ta sa availability of the products during the duration of the declared public health emergency. Maoning ga-issue ta aning memorandum circular, ga-issue among secretary aning memorandum circular 2007. So with this, among gihangyo ang atong mga grocery stores, retail stores, supermarkets na met sa quantity sa pagya sa ilang mga produkto, pero dili pod tanan. Like for example, ang 70% solution antiseptic or alcohol, but ang ilang ihatag ana sa atong mamalitay is 2 pieces regardless of volume. So sa hand sanitizer mao gihapon 2 pieces regardless of size. Sa mga disinfecting liquids 2 pieces regardless of size, and so on and so forth. So, goods 5 cans per type per brand, 3 cans per type per brand kung dagko. So naatay mga apil ang atong tubig ug atong mga loaf bread. Kani nga kuan ato ning atong pabutang sa mga counters ng mga establishments, ang mga grocery stores nga kanang makit-an sa mga tao ba kay usahay kanang tungod sa atong kahadlok nga mahugdan ta, mag-hoard lagi kanang malit mangumprag kinadaghanan. So dili na mabahin-bahin ang goods atong mga katawhan. Pero I would like to assure you also, Cong, and the rest, nga kanang base sa among monitoring na enough ang atong inventory sa basic goods. So, gi-assure ta sa atong mga...
So, what mahadlok at may shortage of food supply, especially from the commodities?
Mahadlok og shortage kay sige mansod ang atong mga cargos. So,
okay.
So ang kuan
Sol, gamay lang ha. Interruption lang. Sa ato pa, wala tay nababagan or na problema nga shipment of commodities. So ang supply is basically the same.
Oo, so far wala Kong. Atong pagsugod.
So that's why we expect also the price to be stable.
Yes. Kay naapunta na ilaing memorandum circular gi-issue among secretary.
Anyway, the circulars are furnished by your office. So naabay kopya ang mga mayor ana for purposes of monitoring sa implementation because DTI has encouraged them to activate their price monitoring councils. Na sila written.
We will connect. Madami Kong kay sa pagkakaroon murag among gikuan pa ba kay basin busy kayo ang use sa like kanang atong mga distribution of mga unsa na daghan kay sila giatiman. So pagkakaroon kami jud ang hinggawas, kami ang hinggawas sa mga kalungsuran. But eventually magpadami nila og mga kuan letters nga magpatabang ta sa monitoring ana siguro ana by that time ma-in place na pud na ang mga gipang atiman sa lungsod.
May we ask the mayors basi naa sila yung mga pangutana? Our mayors na ba mo yung mga pangutana para sa DTI? They will be issuing guidelines. What DTI is assuring us ang supply of the commodities na ang NFA ganiha maoray naghatag og caution mahitungod sa supply. Yes, Don.
Na ko ipakutana kanang suggestion lang sa DTI kung kay nay nadungog na mo ron ba nga bis mo palit na may ubugas nila lang kumunin sa store. Saka ro presyo?
Bugas na Don?
Yes. Oo, ni saka daw ang presyo. Pwede lang kumunin sa kuan tindahan gi kapoy lisod na.
Oo, NFA tingali ang murag concern.
Dili bag-ong gi kuan nila galing.
Naki-comment ana, Marisol? DTI?
Ipa-monitor lang ko.
Ako nang giingon earlier, naatay kalain-laing ahensya nga nagtan-aw ani karon. So sa Under Surprise Act naay kauban nato sa DTI ang Department of Agriculture, ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources, ang Department of Health, ang FDA. So ang kunay ni ani karon og naami mga klaro nga gipang-monitor nga produkto. So ang katong mga manufactured goods like canned goods, milk, ana na sa DTI katong rice, corn, cooking oil, isda, itlog, meat sa Department of Agriculture. Pero kay we are now acting as one. The Local Price Coordinating Council, sige lang kay akong ipasa ni sir sa among council sa concerned nga agency.
Yes, introduction lang no. Naaman ang NFA nato ani. Unya si Larry Pamugas was also invited to join us. I do not know na ba siya karon naka-online. Si Peng Ibasco was here with us ganiha. Sa atong Price Monitoring Council doon, ang DA, Department of Agriculture, NFA, may nag-handle sa monitoring sa price, supply, and rice price. No? So, pero ang DTI, si Dr. Balistoy, kauban man na sa council, so atong ihatag po niya ang responsibility nga maka-relay sa concern Albor.
Yes.
Specifically, unsa nga titahan ni Mayor Don, i-check na lang palihog ana Sol.
Yes.
Thank you, Cong.
Sige.
Okay, thank you. Wala na tay laing pangutana para sa atong DTI. Kung naatay mga announcements sa DILG nga ipamonitor, ipasunod sa LGUs atong tagaan ang atong region, ang atong provincial director nga si Jerome nga mohatag og pasabot natong tanan. Jerome?
Ayong udto, tanan ayong udto, Congressman.
Ayong udto.
For DILG, pagkaroon nagpadala tag Memorandum Circular 2020-064 katuning pag-establish sa special care facilities or isolation units sa munisipyo ug sa province. For the past days, we've been monitoring man sa barangay isolation units. So pagkaroon, kini na po atong gipangita kini sa municipal facility just in case nga gikinahanglan gid siya nga i-activate. Kailangan andam na siya daan. Unya, pagkakaroon di ay ang atong DILG Bohol, do na tay operation center po diri, but it is not separate from the province. It is in support of the PEMA sa province. Do na tay COVID hotline, kung doon ay mga concern for the DILG lang, atong i-send diri sa atong group chat karon para sa natay DILG Bohol COVID hotline. Unya naghisgot naman ta sa amelioration Cong. Dunay Memorandum Circular number 2020-065 guidelines for local government units in the provision of social amelioration measures. Wala pa kayo din namo gipag-asunta because on the premise nga murag wa pa mi kahibaw kung kinahanglan man nga ECQ or dili. But then, naa naman, ang atong gisgutan, andam naman ang ubang mga departments sa atong social amelioration. Amo na po ni-send kining Memorandum Circular DAS 2020-065, Guidelines for LGUs in the provision of social amelioration measures by the national government to the most affected residents of the areas under enhanced community quarantine. So with this, ang local government units shall identify all target beneficiaries sa social amelioration measures to provide the implementing national government agency a master list of said target beneficiaries. Bali, ang LGUs mo mag-identify kung niya isabit to diretso sa mga national passpats. Giapil sa binhi na no area of jurisdiction shall be recognized as target beneficiaries. Non-residents that were stranded due to community quarantine may be listed as beneficiaries. Shortly, amuning ipadala. Although ang title niya is Guidelines for LGUs sa Social Amelioration under Enhanced Community Quarantine. That's all, Tagalikom.
Okay, salamat kayo, Director, sa imong mga sabot o announcements ngadto sa atong mga mayor. Ang atong Congressional District Office is acting now under the COVID setup as mga kalihukan nga mutabang sa atong provincial and local governments. Ang ato sang opisina nag-facilitate sa mga tabang o katong mga stranded sa Bato Leyte. Ato sang tabangan ang mga taga First District sub, dili kay First District sub, First, Second, and Third Districts nga tuaron sa lungsod sa Ubay para sa ilang mga hygiene kits o uban nga panginahanglan. Karon usab, we are in the process of facilitating support ng atong District Congressional Office sa mga na-stranded sa Sugbo. Ubay-ubay ni sila dito and they made contacts sa atong opisina. Doon na tayo mga personal food nga assistance nga gitabang nila, but at the same time, atong gitabangan nga ma-facilitate o madali ang tabang sa atong DSWD, ingon man sa ato ang provincial government, nag-link up ta sa atong opisina, and even the Office of the Presidential Assistant for the Visayas, si Secretary Dino, Mike Dino. And then doon na sa taylaing grupo nga tuwa sa Laguna, stranded gihapon nga mga Boholanos. We have also extended assistance nila. Mostly, mas daghan ang First District nga to mausab dito. And then we are also extending our contacts with some people nga na-stranded po dito sa Cagayan de Oro. So the policy of the provincial government as pronounced by the governor is prohibiting the entry yun dinhi sa atong dalawigan. Aron dili ta madad-an og virus dinhi sa ato coming from outside. So we have to support the stand and the position of the province in that particular regard. Ang importante lang ang mga social amelioration support gikan sa lain-lain nga ahensya sama sa DSWD, DOL ug uban pa mapadali unta kini kay aron nga dili magkasamot og kalisod ang kahimtang sa mga bulanon nga wa kauli. At the same time nga bulanon nga niya dinhi sa ato pero nawadan ng trabaho o panginabuhi baka or medyo na displaced tungod sa panghitabo karon. Finally, I would like to report to our mayors and to the national agencies nga ang inyong congressman sa 1st District nagsuporta ta strongly sa pagpasa sa Republic Act 11469. Ang balaod kini nga nagahatag nag-declare og national emergency arising from the coronavirus. Onya nag-declare og national policy in connection sa maong coronavirus crisis. Onya naghatag og gahom to the President of the Philippines for a limited period of time and subject to restrictions to exercise to carry out the declared national policy and for other purposes. Ang maong balaod gitawag nga Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. So this is a Republic Act 11469.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Edgar Chatto for his interpellation. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Edgar Chatto from the province of Bohol is recognized for his interpellation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, fellow members. Mayong hapon, kanatong tanan. On behalf of the 1st Congressional District of the province of Bohol, allow me to manifest strongly support to House Bill 6616. This is really an unusual crisis situation. And I think we all agree that the President must be given enough powers to address the critical concerns of these unusual times. Granting the President more room for exercising powers for quick response without delays is something that we can do and we can do fast. Time is of the essence to save lives, including those of health workers and frontliners, and save the economy with socio-economic packages to cushion the impact of COVID-19 crisis, especially those in the marginalized sector who are most vulnerable. Mr. Speaker, in the leadership continuum, there is an instance when autocratic leadership is necessary, where quick action is needed to avoid damage. At the other end is democratic leadership, where consultations are always required, delaying also some needed response. However, Congress must make sure that prescribed limitations and restrictions already provided by law are carefully observed as well. The power proposed to be granted to the President should be compliant with the Constitution and settled jurisprudence. Further, Mr. Speaker, it is in the exercise of oversight powers that Congress can really ensure checks and balance that the fundamental law requires. Finally, allow me to reiterate the recommendations of the provincial government of Bohol, led by our governor, which we already submitted to the President and to the IATF. These are specific strategies to help cushion not only the impacts of health issues, but also on economic matters. These points were clearly raised by this representation during the last committee hearing of the Committee on Health, where the IATF was led by Secretary Duque. We wish the best for everyone.
May din na to, no? Kinaunhan na to nga teleconference. O karon na balik na online si Governor Art, and we will be asking him to deliver to us his message, labi na mga pasabot in relation to the crisis that we are facing today, and very, very strong coordination, importante sa mga local government sa lungsod, sa barangay, even down to our purok. So let us pray for good health always ni Governor Art ug sa iyang team, kay mo ay nagdagtimon sa atong lalawigan. So the next voice that you will hear is of Governor Arthur Yap. Governor Art.
Thank you very much for setting up this Zoom meeting. And magpasalamat po ko sa mga mayor sa ilahang pagtinabangay sa mga mando sa provincial government kabahin sa pagpabilin sa panimalay, sa atong mga curfew, sa atong mga quarantine. As I always explain to the mayors, and I hope nang hinaot ko na ato pod na pwedeng klaruhon sa ato mga kapitan o sa mga kagawad. Kinahanglan gyud ang ilahang paglihok karon nganuman. Without the testing kits right now, the strategy of Bohol is to presume muhuna-huna na rata na kitang tanan posibleng natakdan na tang tanan og asymptomatic positive COVID infected tang tanan pero asymptomatic parehas sa nahitabo ni Senator Zubiri. So in that case, we have to be very aggressive in our strategy of preventing any infections. Ang pagtakot ba? Ang pagtakod sa kagaw sa atong mga kaigsuunan. Mao nga nang hinaot ko na ang atong mga mayor ug ang atong mga kapitan mulihok abtik silang mulihok na bantayan ang atong mga barangay, ang atong mga katilingban against violations ng curfew, violations ng liquor ban. And we are doing our best right now to prepare the Central Isolation Center. Sa karong mga panahon na ang Central Isolation Center, ang Capitol Annex nato, we can accommodate about 100 to 120 bed capacity. But ang akong pahinumdum ra sa mga mayor, ang atong 120 bed na capacity na Capitol Annex will only accept the flow out gikan sa mga lungsod. Pero kamo diha sa mga kaugalingong mga lungsod ninyo kinahanglan napud mo mga isolation centers. Nanatay clearance gikan sa DepEd na magamit ang atong mga school buildings. Mao nga kung kuwang pa ang inyong mga espasyo, pwede nato magamit ang isolation centers, pwede nato magamit ang mga DepEd na eskwelahan. So, aside from that, I want to report to the mayors that Galyares is also preparing for phase 2. Ang ilahang phase 1 human na 33 bed capacity for positively infected COVID patients. But they're now moving to wave 2, phase 2, na muandam sila ng espasyo para sa additional 70 na posibleng matakdan. So that is the status right now of the preparations. Now, I also want to inform the mayors, as I have already informed them sa Viber page nato sa Bohol Mayors, nihangyo na ako si Admiral Joel Garcia, Commandant sa Philippine Coast Guard, na kung pwede, bisan pa unsa mahitabo, kung ma-extend man o dili, ma-extend ang atong quarantine period ng Abril 12, Abril 14, kung ma-extend man o dili, pwede ba matagaan ng Bohol ng window of opportunity? For example, mga 48 hours na maiuli na atong mga stranded kaigsuunan. Pero ingon ni Admiral Joel Garcia, nag-text siya na ako na very clear, klarong-klaro iyang tubag na dili mahitabo tungod kay magpabilin ang no-sail policy sa Philippine Coast Guard. Mga kaibaw na ako na very critical issue ni para sa atong mga mayor tungod kay daghan sa atong mga kaigsuunan ang nag-reach out sa atong mga mayor. Mga tabangi ko palihog na ipasabot sa tanan na ingon sa Coast Guard Commandant, even if they extend or do not extend the original quarantine period, magpabilin ang no-sail policy sa Philippine Coast Guard. Mga kitang tanan, kinahanglan magpaabot na rata sa ilahang order to lift the no-sail policy. Mga nga, dili na desisyon sa mga mayor, dili po desisyon ng gobernador. Di naman ta makamando sa Philippine Coast Guard. Mga nga kinahanglan, musunod na rata. And then finally, I've been very busy this morning because we are coordinating with Secretary Sandy Dominguez, with Secretary Mon Lopez, and with the Land Bank on what other solutions we can find to support our MSMEs. And aside from supporting our MSMEs, on how to prepare a food security stock with Cebu. The important thing to explain to you right now is that Cebu is now driving prices up because kusog ang demand dito. Mao nga tungod kay kusog ang demand dito, bisan pa kita diri sa Bohol na apektuhan ng atong food supply tungod kay mag-deliver man ta sa Cebu. One option is not to deliver food to Cebu. But if we do not deliver food to Cebu, ang mahitabo, murag ato nang gibabagan ang supply flow ng pagkaon ug ng mga ang basic kargamento ng pagkaon sa Cebu. Now that is now a violation of what we all believe in, because what we believe in right now is in times of emergency, kinahanglan pasagdan nato ang transfer ng pagkaon. So right now we're coming up with a program with Cebu to import our own buffer stocks through the Philippine International Trading Corporation. That is a government corporation. It is important na ang mag-angkat sa bugas, government corporation. Tungod kay kung government corporation, maklasify siya nga G2G. Kung G2G, pasagdan siya ng government ng Thailand o government ng Vietnam. Pero kung kita-kita ra ang magbuot, kita-kita ra ang mag-import sa food security stock o ato siyang i-warehouse sa Cebu, na ay posibilidad na ma-block siya. Di siya pasagdan, di mo sugot ang provincial ang government ng Thailand ug ang government ng Vietnam sa atong gi-order na mga rice stocks. So right now I have already secured the approval of Secretary Mon Lopez and Secretary Sunny Dominguez. The Land Bank is already informed that there is a possibility we will put up a Central Visayas rice buffer stock for the food security of the entire Central Visayas region. And we are just finalizing the paperwork. Mao nga tuguti ko na at least after a few more minutes, pasagtan ko na mobalik sa akong conference call kauban ang atong mga national officials ug kauban po si Governor Gwen Garcia. So these are the two things we're working on right now. Increasing the surety fund so that we have funds to lend out to microfinance agencies. And number two, to prepare for a possible food security buffer stock for Central Visayas so that we can protect Central Visayas from increasing food prices. Before I go, I want to remind you, our meeting has been moved to 3 o'clock unya. So kung pwede, Gob, 3 o'clock ta. Kauban nato si Congressman Omentado ug si Congresswoman Alexi para ako pud ma-brief mo among tulo kabahin sa mga latest na atong mga lakang ug sitwasyon nato. Just a reminder as well to our LGUs, do not overbuy stocks please, because I'm receiving reports that you are heavily buying food stocks. When you are heavily buying your rice stocks, you are affecting the food security of Bohol. So I'm requesting the mayors, please do not stockpile. We are asking the traders and the wholesalers not to hoard so that ang presyo di musaka. But we are also asking the buyers, the consumers, ug ato mga LGU na easy rata, easy, na naman tayo supply. Pero kung kitang tanan, sabay-sabay ta nga mupalit ta sa mga dakong volume, maapektuhan ang regular supply nato. And this contributes to increasing prices. Also, please be very selective sa atong mga mayor, sa atong mga pinalanggang mayor. Palihog ra. Please be selective on who you are giving food assistance to. Round 1 pa ni. Di nato kahibaw kung hangtod kanusa ang kining crisis na ay nagsulti nako na moabot ng 2 months, na ay nagsulti nako na 4 months, na ay confidential study sa Central Bank na posibleng moabot ng 6 months. So I'm asking the mayors, hangtod kanusa kaya sa inyo ang mga pondo na ang tanan pakanaan o tagaan og mga food vouchers o mga food packs? Up to when can your funds survive? Mao nga ang mas maayo na atay proseso. Usa-usahon nato ang mga sektor na wa naman naigo. Let us let them operate. Ang mga naigo, for example, tourism sector, transport operators, mga masus, mga spa, wellness workers, beauty parlor workers, mga barbero, mga non-essential industries, mga waiters and waitresses sa restaurants, sa mga bars, these are the sectors that have been hit. Or ang mga senior citizens, tagaan nato ng vitamins karon. Sila ra ang, para sa akong tanawa, sa akong paghuna-huna, sila ra ang murag kinahanglan na tabangan nato og all out. Pero sa tinuod ra, ang farm sector gipasara ba nato? Dili naman. Tungod kay ang agricultural sector, apil ang mga stores nila. All stores selling mga liso, mga binhi, mga fertilizer, mga equipment for fishery, mga pokot, mga kung unsa-unsang mga panginahanglan sa farm sector, wa naman nato sila gipasara. Ang fishery sector, abli gihapon. Ang 65 and above na farm workers o fishery workers, ato na silang gi-exempt sa atong curfew. Ang age 15, 16, 17 na mga kanuna, basta mutabang sila sa pag-uma, tabang sila sa pagpanagat, exempted po sila. Pharmaceutical is open. Laboratories are open. Restaurants are open. Power utility sector, open. Banks, remittances, open. Supermarket, open. Grocery, open. Merkado, open. So daghan sa mga sektor na please refer to Executive Order 18. Ang Executive Order 18 nga kamong tanan na tagana kamo og kopya, i-review ninyo kung kinsa ang mga sektor nga nagpabiling nga abli ug kinsa ang mga sektor ang atong gipasera. Ang mga naapektuhan ra, ang mga naigo, nang hinaot ko, sila ra kung pwede atong ipasabot sa katawhan. I know the pressure. Tungod kay ang mga tao nato, as politicians, kahibaw nato na, of course, many are afraid that if you do not give everybody na ay mahiubos nato, na ay masuko nato, but this is not the time to politic. This is the time to be firm and decisive. Those who have been hit, we will assist. But those who have not been hit must bear the burden together with the entire province of Bohol. We must carry the burden for everybody. I warn you that if you go indiscriminately spending to keep on giving food packs, you may run out of funds. Mao nga ang akong hangyo ninyo is, please do not indiscriminately give. So with that, daghang salamat sa kahigayunan, Gob, sa atong mga pinalanggang mga mayor sa First District. Salamat sa kanunay na pag-support ninyo sa atong mga programa ug sa inyong mga pag-ampo. So iampo natong tanan ang atong lalawigan, ang atong mga katawhan, labi sa tanan ang atong mga stranded. We may not be able to allow them in, but naatay mga AX funds para nila. Pero ang proseso ra, kung pwede, ingnan sila na ang ilahang mga tagtungod ba, ang mga tagtungod nila ang muduol sa atong mga opisina, sila ang matagaan og hinabang ug ang ilahang mga family members na ang bahala na magpada sa kwarta ug suporta nila kung asa man sila na stranded. Huna-huna mga kaigsuonan nako na ang issue nato dire is very different from the bato latest stranded victims na atong gipasod sa Ubay. Remember that sa Ubay, those are stranded people who were placed in evacuation centers. Ang mga stranded nato sa Cebu karon, they are working in Cebu, they are students in Cebu, naa sila mga panimalay dito sa Cebu, pwede naman sila magpabilin sa ilahang mga panimalay dito, and then matabangan naman nato sila sa pagpada ng mga hinabang nila dito. So that's just the latest at this point in time. Daghang salamat.
Daghang salamat, Governor Art Yap. Please be assured, Governor, that all of us are behind you. Dinhipod sa atong First District, so at tabang sa atong mga local officials. Unya niya ang mga national agencies, uban sa tigom nato, sukad ganihang buntag, to be able to formulate mechanisms also nga mas magaan-gaan ang imong trabaho with the support of all the local officials nga niya dinhi. So salamat kayo, Governor Artiap, for the strong leadership nga imong gipakita o ang atong suporta usab in coordinating with the national agencies as far as our District Congressional Office is concerned. Naa kanunay para mas magaan ang buluhaton usab sa atong task force sa Kapitolyo. Unya, ang atong mga kalihukan diri sa kabarangayan, we are also helping monitor so that we can give feedbacks to you on matters that relates to how well the executive orders, the policies are being implemented at the local level. So again, we pray for you, Governor Art, and we pray for the rest of the Boholano community in this time of crisis. No? Salamat kayo. So I think with the message of Governor Art, we are closing our teleconference, our first teleconference.